From feeding fish to taking rickshaw rides to a tour of the famous Tofukuji temple. The spouses of G20 leaders enjoyed the sights and sounds of Osaka and Kyoto at the sidelines of the G20 summit while their partners were busy discussing matters of global interest. Japanese First Lady Aki Abe played the perfect hostess as she greeted her guests at the Garden Oriental in Osaka. France's Brigitte Macron and South Korea's Kim Jong-suk at Garden Oriental Osaka as the group gathered to feed koi fish. Japanese Prime Minister's wife also escorted the group who took photos as they walked around the famous Zen temple, the Tofukuji temple. While a lot of focus on the G20 summit has been on the body language of the leaders and the handshakes, First Lady Abe clearly demonstrated her natural ace at hosting her counterparts. Her camaraderie with South Korean First Lady was clearly visible. While their partners spent the day across round tables, the spouses ended their sightseeing tour with a lovely rickshaw ride. Before joining their more famous spouses at the formal G20 dinner.
Coming back to the summit, it wasn't all boring. From awkward handshakes, fist bumps to cryptic statements and cold vibes, this year's edition of the G20 summit has it all. We handpicked some of the moments that stood out for all the wrong reasons.
Put world leaders together in one room and the headlines and controversies will follow. Aside from the hard negotiations and marathon meetings, every move made by the participants is watched closely, right from the point where they greet each other. Handshakes make news when world leaders exchange them. Different kinds were witnessed at this year's gathering of G20 leaders in Japan's Osaka. A fist bump replaced a three-way handshake between Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, US President Donald Trump, and Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The Prince of Controversies, Mohammed bin Salman, greeted Donald Trump with a robust handshake, with the two talking like old pals after the family photograph. But no handshake is the worst kind. For someone who boasts of a high IQ, a good memory and remembering niceties should not be a problem. But Donald Trump is known for making exceptions. US President Donald Trump conveniently forgot to shake hands with the host, Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. But he did remember to call Ivanka and Jared Kushner for a photograph with Shinzo Abe, causing many to raise their eyebrows. Trump and facts and numbers definitely don't get along well. Sample this. Trump's meeting with Prime Minister Modi made headlines for several reasons. A lot was discussed and said. But nobody knows what Trump meant when he congratulated Modi for a landslide victory with 72%. Of what, we don't know. Let us know if you are able to figure out what was on Trump's mind.
You did indeed have a landslide election. That was a great election, 72%.
The American president is also not your ideal candidate for a game of Chinese whispers. French President Emmanuel Macron wanted to be polite and whisper a message into Trump's ear, but the gesture was clearly not received well. The G20 family is like any other. It has seen several ups and downs, and every time they meet, not all moments are picture perfect. And when it comes to the family photograph, there is a lot that lies behind those smiles. Bureau Report, Wion, World is One.